Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Sunday, February 16th, and the energies in the day adds up and reduce to number 9 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. So before I even touch on anything, I want to pull some cards out. So we have the dragon energy, and the dragon comes out in the reversal position. And with the dragon in the reversal position, to me, when it comes to today's energy, so today's energy will bring me to the thought of someone dealing with having to make a decision. And you're having to make a decision about something. And with this decision, you are deciding if, something evolves to the next level or if it's time to walk away completely. When it comes to the evolving to the next level, for some, I don't feel like it's a real evolution. I think it's a matter of do you stay or go when it comes to some people, when it comes to something. With the dragon energy in the reversal position, the dragon energy will bring me to the thought of refusing to see what it is that you have access to see. And it's refusing to see what you have access to see because if you were to see the truth in a thing, then it would require something of you. And there's a big part of you that don't feel as though you have what it takes to deal with the consequences of seeing the truth of this thing, whatever the thing is. And with today being the 16th, the number 1 is focused on the self, and the number 6 is focused on the material side of life. So, for some of us, it could mean today we're reflecting on if we should keep the car, or maybe if the car needs to be turned in to get something more affordable. But even though that might be the mature thing to do right now, because it doesn't have to be forever, it would mean that we do this right now because, we're going to focus on creating more stability and security, and later we could get that car or even a better car once we secure ourselves. And that would be the mature thing to do. But then there's this other part of us that doesn't even want to even entertain practical thinking when it comes to making that decision, because to entertain that would mean that I no longer have the status associated with having that car. I no longer have the status associated with living in that space. I no longer have the status of saying that I'm friends with them. I no longer have the status of saying that I am in a relationship or I am with that person. And I feel like for some of us, today we could find ourselves questioning things deeply. But today's energy is clever because today's energy reminds me of us questioning something deeply, but we're so clever as we know who to go to ask the questions that we're asking. We know who will agree with us and who will not. So we know the channel to tune into to get the validation to stay stuck. And we know the ones to avoid because we're not ready to face that reality. So the energies in the day adding up and reducing to number 9 vibration, it would bring me to being afraid of evolving to the next level when it comes to something. And I only say that because that's paired up with the day being the 16th. And the number 6 deals with the material realm, and 1 plus 6 is 7. So we're diving deep and questioning things, but instead, today we could start off wanting answers and wanting to understand something deeply, but instead we find ourselves on social media and we're scrolling through certain things that would justify us staying in a certain position or situation, because like to step out of it means we step out of a certain club. I feel like that could be the case for some of us when it comes to certain things. Also to the energy of not wanting to rock the boat or ruffle any feathers, tiptoeing around certain things. So it will bring me to the thought of, say, between Thursday and Friday, some things were revealed. And yesterday we found ourselves going through the process. But today, this energy will bring me to the thought of someone talking mess. And then it's like, I don't know, I've seen this somewhere where it's like someone talking mess and then someone slaps the mess out of them, and the person that was talking mess act like they didn't get slapped. Act like all that just didn't happen. It's like something about today's energy in relation to the past few days' energy. It's like something happened and some of us are acting like it never happened. It never happened. And with the dragon energy as spirit guidance in the reversal position, it's like we're refusing to see because we have the ability to see. I think of those of us who have dreams, the ability to dream, and you dreamt the dream, but instead of interpreting it the way you would normally interpret it, you give it a new meaning, because this new meaning, allows you to keep things the way they are. Where if you were to see it for what it is, it would require something out of you that you might not feel ready. You might not feel ready to do. Today, the moon is a part of a T-square. The moon is being squared by Venus in Aries. So it's something about us, Venus in Aries. It's like I value myself and my image. I value my independence. I value my ambition, but it's being opposed by moon in Libra. I value my independence, but at the same time, I'm nurtured by that connection. I'm nurtured by being able to relate to them. I'm nurtured by the access that I have, but at the same time, I value my independence. And Mars in Cancer in retrograde, Mars energy in retrograde, for me, reflects a lack of energy that we have when it comes to a lot of things that we would normally have energy for. So we're seeing how certain things deplete our energy. Where Mars in Cancer, I'm motivated by nurturing myself. And because Mars is in retrograde, I'm reflecting on how I nurture myself. And I can't lie to myself about the fact that these things don't nurture me. These things actually deplete me. I can't lie to myself that after I get off the phone with that person, I feel exhausted. But at the same time, moon in Libra, I don't want to break the connection. I don't want to break this connection because, it's beneficial to have this connection. But then Venus in Aries, but what about me? What about me? So when it comes to today's energy, that's big emphasis. What about me? Moon in Libra is positively aspecting Jupiter in Gemini. I've known this person for a long time, or I've known them for a long time, or we just have fun together. We have fun together sometimes. We have simple, shallow fun together sometimes. And it works, even though for the most part, it could be exhausting. And the sun, today's ruled by the sun. And the sun is squaring Jupiter in Gemini and Uranus in Taurus. So who I identify as is also being challenged by this connection, this friendship, how I'm communicating. And also too, who I identify as is being challenged by the sudden changes that are happening within the foundation around me. So this is where some of us will want to fight for, a familiar thing, because familiarity will feel safe, even when it's destructive. Let's pause for a bit. I am proud of the services that I offer and excited to tell you about them. If it would be your first time booking with me, then I recommend the natal chart and numerology awareness coaching session. For a while, that was the only service I offered, along with the 30-minute tarot reading, which is still available if you're interested. I noticed the pattern. At the end of the natal chart and numerology coaching sessions, some of you would ask me for a follow-up service options for additional clarity and guidance to assist you with whatever you're going through at the moment. I kept saying, I'll look into it. I don't know why it took me so long. Finally, I have created that option along with the service option to book a solar return chart reading for those of you who are strategic and like to plan ahead. Everything you need to know is within the description box below. Let's get back into the video. And we have the Page of Pentacles in the reversal position. So the Page of Pentacles in the reversal position brings me to opening up the door to something where there's a lack of stability or security. So I think of like some of us fighting for something, and the thing that we're fighting for will never bring us the stability and the security that we seek. It'll never bring us the peace that we seek. It's like this thing that we're fighting for. This thing that we're fighting for will never complete us in the way that we want to be completed, because we have to complete ourselves, knowing that we have everything that we need within us to complete ourselves, knowing that we're already completed. And what makes us incomplete is the fact that we disown aspects of ourselves. We're already completed. We are all already completed. You are already completed. You are already whole. But what makes you not whole is disowning aspects of yourself. You know, you never have to find yourself. You just need to accept yourself. So it's in the process of us accepting ourselves, accepting the truth of who we are, and we can tell what that is by how we feel, how different parts of us, different things within us make us feel. And when we take away the shame and the guilt, you know, the shame is like a curse that has been put upon us, or it's like an STD that you pick up from someone else, like a virus, something you pick up. You know, when we take away the shame and the guilt and we accept ourselves completely as we are, you know, we allow ourselves to be whole and complete. So when it comes to today's energy, it brings me to the importance of knowing that nothing could ever complete you. Nothing could ever complete you. Nothing could ever make you whole. Everything you need to complete you and to make you whole is within you. And the way you do so is by stop looking for yourself outside of yourself and instead accept yourself. Accept your quirks, accept the things that make you weird, accept the interests that you have, accept yourself, and stop trying to mold yourself into, you know, what the world said you should be. Stop trying to force yourself to fight for things that the world say you should have. Because a lot of us could find ourselves busting our behinds, working working 5,000 jobs, trying to maintain a lifestyle that is meant to complete us in some way and offset the shame. When all it comes down to is just us accepting ourselves. If you didn't watch Thursday's video, go and check out Thursday's video if you didn't watch Thursday's video, because I go more into shame and guilt. And I feel like, you know, shame and guilt could be playing a part when it comes to today's energy, because those of us who are empaths can feel guilty about ending a relationship that's killing us. That's wild, but those of us who are empathetic will feel shame and guilt about walking away from something or someone that don't even deserve you. But of course, the shame will cause you to lower how you see yourself enough to fit in with someone that don't deserve you. And then the guilt will cause you to feel sorry for them for leaving them, even though they don't deserve you. So yeah, when it comes to today's energy, refusing to see something for what it is a big thing today. And I feel like for some of us, maybe it's shame and guilt. Maybe shame and guilt. For a lot of us, it might be shame and guilt. We feel ashamed of what people will say, and we feel guilty to tell someone that, you know, I'm not interested, or I'm gonna go no contact, or I don't wanna be bothered with this. And then for others, it might be the shame and guilt because, you know, we don't realize that we are completed. We are fully complete within. And it's when we disown ourselves, we are incomplete, and we look for that completion outside of ourselves. So we become a slave to everything outside of us that seems like it can complete us. And of course, when things outside of us are completing us, those things are constantly losing value. So it's like a carrot dangling in front of us. We're almost near completion, but never yet there. And that works for those who, you know, make a lot of money from selling us things, because we're always broken. So there's always something for them to sell us to complete us in some way, when we're already complete. And it's a matter of accepting ourselves and stop trying to find ourselves. It was a pleasure sharing this message with you. Before you go anywhere, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a brown heart in the comment box below. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.